We're going to have some fun today, and we are going to prepare a Halloween bundt cake, and I'll show you at the very end, or if you saw that photo. This is more about what the inside of the cake looks like than the outside. So what is a bundt cake? So bundt cake are these neat little round cakes. Now, if you don't have one of these, you could do it in a sheet cake. I can give you some ideas. You could do a layer cake. These are kind of fun. I also have many of these, so you could do little individuals. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead. You need one large bowl, and then I do have 3 other bowls because this cake is gonna actually have 4 colors in it. So, but what we need to do first is we preheated our oven. We need to go ahead and make our bundt cake. So either yellow cake mix or a white cake mix works the best. Chocolate, you just won't see the colors. To make my bundt cake extra moist, I put in a package of instant pudding, and this is vanilla. So I'm doing that. And then I'm just going to follow the directions. I'm just going to mix those 2 together really quick on the back of the cake box for a bundt cake. So into that, what it was 3 eggs, half a cup of oil, and 1 cup of water. And then using my whisk, just going to do this by hand, break those egg yolks up. And because that instant pudding is in there, you kind of want to work a little quicker than normal. It will start to get a little too thick on you, and if the whisk isn't working anymore, I'm going to move over to a rubber scraper. I just want to get everything in nice and smooth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead over to that rubber scraper. So the one thing that you need for this recipe are these gel colors or food coloring. So typically in the store you can buy, it's a 4-pack of food coloring. It has blue, green, red, and yellow. So you can do some of these colors. You can do blue and the red to make a purple, red and yellow to make the orange, and then you have green. The only color that I'm using that you would not be able to make would be the black. And I don't suggest you mix all the colors together. It probably would get a little too muddy. So 4 bowls, because again I'm doing orange, green, purple, and black Halloween colors. And what you want to do inside each bowl is put about a cup of batter. So just divide your batter into 3 or 4, depending on, again, what colors you've decided to do. I mean, you can do blue, maybe add a little, well, you're going to add red to it to do your purple, so it'll be a little darker. These colors, or these gels I'll show you, are available. You probably can find them online. You also can get them, Michael's Crafts does carry them. If you live in the valley, you might know of a place called Cake Creations. It's K-A-K-E Creations, and they carry them. So what they are, I'll show you one. I'm going to need to put on my glove. This one's called Violet, and these are these little, it's by Wilton. These are food gels, color gels. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need to put a glove on, because if I get these ink colors on my hands, it is a mess. So I'm going to do the violet, and I'll show you. See, it's really thick, and it doesn't take a lot of it. So I'm going to do one purple. I'll put my color in there. Get another spoon. If you can see, I've got 4 bowls here. I'm going to do one orange. Now, if you're doing the food color drops, maybe start with maybe 3 drops of each, and then add some more color until it's that really bright. Don't add too much when you're using those other ones. This one's black. It can kind of give a weird texture to your cake, so you don't want to add too much to it. And then the last one I'm going to do is a green. It's called leaf green, so it's a little brighter. Okay. So go ahead, and now I'm going to mix one, and then I'm going to have to wash my rubber scraper in between. I have a couple of them. So mix it really good. There's my purple. Really make sure you don't get any of this on your clothing. Okay, let me grab a couple extra rubber scrapers. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my last color that I'm mixing in is my black. I have my other colors already ready to go. You can see so I have my orange, my purple, my black, and my green. And we want to get our Bundt pan out, and we're going to spray it really good with some vegetable oil. Okay, so it's sprayed really good. I'm gonna do my orange layer first. So this is why you really need to use your rubber scrapers, because you need to be able to get out all of that cake batter, and you want to put it all the way around the bottom. So I'm going to come back in here. That way you still have enough cake mix, even though you have 4 different colors, to still make one cake. Alright, so I think I got all that orange out. I'm going to just kind of take my rubber scraper and make a little layer all the way kind of around. Make sure, again, I can get as much of this batter in there as possible. Okay, next one I'm going to do is the purple. Now, once you start adding that next color, you need to be careful that you're not mixing it. You can kind of do it a little bit, but we want to just do a nice little even layer right over. So I'm kind of spinning it all the way around. And if it doesn't perfectly cover it, that's okay. Just kind of pour it in there. Letting it fall. Okay. Scrape the bowl again. So this is fun if you're going to go to a Halloween party maybe this weekend, or some friends are getting together, because I know trick-or-treating's out of the question. All right, so there's my purple. Okay, I'll show you. See that? I'm going to do my little bit of black next. which is, and I'm going to kind of just do a little lump there. Remember, when you flip a bundt cake over, what's on the bottom will become the top, and the top is going to become the bottom. So I'm going to get some black. Try to get all of this out. I'm going to try to smooth it around just a little bit with not really trying to mix up those colors too much. I'd like to have a nice layer. Now the batter is going to seem a little bit thicker only because we put that instant pudding in there. So it's starting to react already. Okay, and then our last color, so there you go. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to slice it, is my green. Okay, go in with a little bit, again, of that green all the way around. I think the green and the orange are probably my favorite colors. The purple's pretty though. This is a real Frankenstein kind of green color. Okay, just kind of try to move that green around. All right, I think that should do it. So we're gonna bake this for 38 to about 43 minutes until you can even take a toothpick, and once it's inserted, it comes out clean and dry. All right, be right back. So while the cake is in the oven, let's go ahead and prepare our icing for the top of the bundt cake. So I'm going to put on another glove. This is, again, just the store-bought icing. I bought a creamy rich vanilla. What I want you to do is go ahead and remove the little silver and make sure all of the silver is removed, and remove the label just in case. And then what I did was I took the icing and I microwaved it for 30 seconds. So what that did is it made it a little bit more liquidy so that we can pour the icing. And this time we're going to do 3 bowls. So do a little bit in each. I'm not going to do the black icing this time. I'm just going to do the purple, green, and orange for the top. And just put, again, a little bit of that icing. It's easier to pour it out into each of the bowls. Somewhat evenly. And I went ahead and used some paper bowls that I can microwave because we're going to want to microwave it again just before the cake, but I'll show you that part. Okay, so 3 bowls, let's do it. And I'm going to do, again, my color. So I'm going to do some purple. I should have 2 gloves on. This is really messy. Some of my orange. And these little colors will last a really long time when you're baking. And some green. Like I said, I'm not doing the black. And then just go in, and I'm using the back end of the spoon. I might turn it around and just mix in those colors. So I'll mix that in a little bit more, but I just want to show you the 3 colors. This one's definitely orange, or it looks a little yellow on the camera, but it is orange. And then the purple. All right, and I'll show you how we're going to decorate the cake once it's cooled. I allowed that cake to completely cool, flipped it out of the Bundt pan, and I put it on a cooling rack. So if you guys have something like that at home, if not, you can put it right onto a plate. Now remember, the top, that's the top, becomes the bottom, and the bottom becomes the top. I have our 3 colors ready, the green, the orange, I think that kind of looks yellow in the camera, and the purple. So this is the icing, and I re-warmed it up for just about 6 to 8 seconds in the microwave, just so that when you kind of spoon it, it drizzles. We're not going to be spreading it. So what you're going to do, all right, let's do this, is I'm going to take just a spoonful, let it drip, and I'm going to drizzle it just all over the cake. And I'm going to do one color first, and I'm just kind of not allowing it to drip down the sides, and just kind of give it these little, almost little streaks. And again, you can be on top of some parchment or some tin foil, and we're piling it on the top, and if it's a little too cold, put it back in the microwave. So let's go back in for a few seconds. What I find is that when it kind of can be poured, it kind of drizzles out a little better. So I'm going to do all of that purple right across the top. Let's go right like this. Down the sides. Scraping out. I'm careful. I should have a glove on again just to make sure that dye. Okay. And then I'm gonna do green next. Okay. So here's the green. And see what drizzle. Okay. And let's go right over the purple. There we go. All the way down the edges. Let it drip. Okay. And then I'm going to finish it with the orange. And if you wanted to do some purple, some green and orange, and then go back and do it again, you can. I'm just going to go right in. And then if you wanted to do some sprinkles over the top, I would do that now. And then they will stick. I thought I had some little ghosts and bats. I don't. I should have grabbed some. So there we go. And now you want this to completely chill, right? Sit at the room temperature. And then anything, I'll be able to lift up all that icing on the bottom. Let that icing sit, and then I'll cut it open. And I'll show you what the inside looks like.